Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, the ground crumbling beneath your feet with nothing but an abyss below. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind conjures images of falling, of chaos, of the unknown. This is fear, an invincible force that can grip your soul and dictate your actions. But what if you could master this fear, confront it with the wisdom of ancient sages, and transform it into a source of strength? In our quest for inner peace and emotional resilience, fear is often the dragon we must slay. Yet ancient philosophies like Stoicism and Vedanta hold the secret to taming this beast. This presentation, part of the Path to Serenity, Stoic Resilience and Vedantic Enlightenment series, will unveil how these timeless teachings can empower us to face and transcend our deepest fears. Our mind, with its extraordinary capacity for imagination, can trap us in a web of anxiety. It replays past traumas or predicts future disasters, creating a relentless cycle of dread. Fear at its core is a mental projection of what might happen, not what is happening. It is our anticipation of hypothetical future events, magnified by the power of our thoughts. Join me as we study the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and Vedanta and discover practical techniques to conquer fear, reclaim our peace, and forge a path to true serenity. Understanding fear through Stoicism and Vedanta. Stoicism. Originating in ancient Greece, Stoicism teaches that our emotions are influenced by our perceptions and judgments. As I said earlier, fear, also according to the Stoics, arises from the anticipation of future events that we perceive as harmful or threatening. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them." This highlights the power of our minds in shaping our emotional responses. By learning to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, we can reduce unnecessary anxiety and focus our energy on what truly matters. To overcome fear, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while accepting that external events are beyond our influence. Marcus Aurelius, in his renowned work Meditations, advises us to accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs. This perspective helps us cultivate an attitude of acceptance and resilience, diminishing the hold fear has on our minds. By regularly reflecting on these teachings, we can train ourselves to respond to fear with reason and calm. Vedanta. Vedanta, the great Indian philosophy, delves directly into the nature of reality and the self. It teaches that fear stems from ignorance of our true nature. The Katha Upanishad states, "When the mind is tranquil and pure, the self reveals itself." There is no fear in that pure state. This suggests that purifying our minds and attaining a deeper understanding of our true nature, we can transcend fear. Vedanta encourages us to realize that our true self is beyond physical and mental limitations. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches Arjuna about the imperishable nature of the Atman, often confused with the term soul, which is unaffected by physical harm. By identifying with the eternal, unchanging self, rather than the transient body and mind, we can transcend fear. This shift in perspective allows us to see fear as a temporary disturbance rather than an intrinsic part of our being. Practical techniques for overcoming fear. 1. Rational examination. Both Stoicism and Vedanta advocate for examining the rational basis of our fears. When confronted with fear, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Is this fear based on a real threat or an imagined scenario? What is the worst that could happen? How likely is this worst-case scenario? This rational approach helps demystify fear and reduce its intensity by questioning its basis. Often, upon closer examination, fears are found to be exaggerated or unfounded. The Stoic technique of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils, involves contemplating potential adversities in advance to lessen their impact. This practice aids in mental and emotional preparation for challenges, thereby mitigating the fear they might provide. From personal experience, I've found that contemplating the worst-case scenario before starting a project can significantly reduce the grip of fear. Fear of failure can be profoundly debilitating, but being ready for challenges by anticipating them enables us to mentally prepare and concentrate on our goals without being paralyzed by fear. When we've already envisioned the worst possible outcome, it becomes less daunting because it's no longer an unknown threat. In serious accidents, shock and fear frequently contribute to fatalities. Thanks to early training from my father in maintaining situational awareness and mental composure, I've been able to think clearly and take prompt action even just after major accidents resulting in severe injuries, ensuring timely medical care. In any situation, my personal approach is to first accept reality, contemplate the worst-case scenario, and then consider the next steps. This mindset of what next proves invaluable in most distressing situations, as it triggers a scientific inquiry that often results in rational and logical responses. Typically, the worst-case scenario in one's life could be death itself. However, in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna addresses the fear surrounding death and dispels it early in the second chapter. 2. Focus on the present. Fear often arises from worrying about the future. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." By focusing on the here and now, we can reduce anxiety about future uncertainties. This aligns with Vedantic teachings that emphasize the importance of mindfulness and present moment awareness. By grounding ourselves in the present, we can diminish the influence of speculative fears about what might happen. 3. Meditation and mindfulness. Vedantic practices like meditation and mindfulness help in calming the mind and gaining clarity. Regular meditation can foster a sense of inner peace and resilience, enabling us to face challenges by overcoming fears with a composed mind. Techniques such as pranayama or breath control and dhyana or meditation are central to Vedanta and can be used to still the mind and transcend fear. Stoics also practiced forms of meditation such as reflecting on their day and contemplating their actions to maintain mental clarity and emotional balance. 4. Detachment from outcomes. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita's prime teaching of performing one's duty without attachment to the outcomes is a powerful tool for overcoming fear. By focusing on our actions rather than the results, we can alleviate the anxiety that stems from uncertain outcomes. This principle, known as Karma Yoga, encourages us to act with dedication and purpose while letting go of concerns about success or failure. Similarly, Stoicism teaches us to focus on our efforts and intentions, accepting with equanimity whatever outcomes may arise. 5. Embrace impermanence. Both philosophies remind us the impermanent nature of life. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man." By accepting the impermanence of all things, we can cultivate a fearless attitude towards life's challenges. Understanding that all experiences, both good and bad, are transient can help us approach life with greater courage and less fear. Vedanta echoes this sentiment by teaching that the material world is temporary, an illusion, and that true reality lies beyond it. Conclusion. Immerse yourself in the profound wisdom of Stoicism and Vedanta to conquer fear with unwavering courage and resilience. Picture yourself bodily facing life's challenges, liberated from the grip of fear and uncertainty. Integrating these ancient philosophies into your daily life unlocks the doors to inner peace and deep clarity. Join me on this exhilarating journey of self-discovery and empowerment in the Path to Serenity, Stoic Resilience and Vedantic Enlightenment series. Discover how these timeless teachings reshape your perspective and ignite a fearless spirit within. Embrace Stoicism and Vedanta to transcend fear and live a life filled with purpose, strength, and profound fulfillment. Let me leave you with a quote by Swami Vivekananda. "The moment you fear, you are nobody. It is fear that is the cause of misery in the world. It is fear that is the greatest of all superstitions. It is fear that is the cause of our woes, and it is fearlessness that brings heaven, even in the moment." Thank you. Stay blessed. Jai Shri Krishna.